My friends, welcome to my channel. Today we want to work on the challenge found in the forum. So it's a long thread. I started from the beginning of it. So this is a static CAD-CAM model, and it has octagon and multiple wedges protruding from the side of the octagon, and they are at half size. So I'll be building this using FreeCAD 1.0. So this was released last year, late last year, and this is the current stable version. But if you are looking for more fun into FreeCAD, you can use the FreeCAD developers version. It's a weekly release. With that, I will be building this model in Part Workbench. I'll be using some features from Draft Workbench as well. With that, let's get started. I will start in Part Workbench, and I'll start with a sketch on XY plane. My first thing I'll be drawing is an octagon right there, and the diameter of the encircling circle would be 60 millimeter. So I am applying D as a keyboard shortcut to apply dimensions. So select any edge, hit D on the keyboard, it will give you a chance to apply dimensions on it. Right. I want to make this edge horizontal, so H on the keyboard there. So that's our first octagon, 60 millimeter. We will also build another octagon inside it. That radius of this circle would be so much so that it will create a 5 millimeter thickness of the wall. So that is going to be 50 millimeter. Now it has a distance between these two as 5 millimeter. All right, let's make this horizontal as well. H on the keyboard, and that's the end of our sketching, first sketch. And in the model tab, you can see the sketch appears here. I want to rename that as a sketch octagon. And let's extrude that up to 55 millimeter upward there. So that is my octagon core. Now I want to work on the wedges. I will be using array several times. So I will just build only one repeating unit and then build it around. I want to build this side, the first wedge. So what I want to do, I want to hide this octagon for a minute, bring that original sketch back, and don't keep it selected, like nothing is selected, and then draw another sketch on XY plane. In here, I want to pull in the external geometry, this. So in between FreeCAD 1.0 and upcoming 1.1, this external geometry is changed. So keep that in your mind. I want to bring in this external geometry, and then I want to draw a triangle, something like this. And this point is at 60 millimeters. So select that point, hit D on the keyboard. That is 60 millimeter away from the center. Right. So that's my first wedge. Wedge 1, right? And I want to extrude that 55 millimeter as well. Okay. Now I want to split this wedge in half and then delete this upper part. So there are two ways to do that. On this one, I will be cutting this away, cutting things away from here. So what I will do, I will draw another sketch, this time on this face. So this is going to be XZ plane. So XZ plane right there. And I want to bring in this edge as a reference and this edge as a reference. So these are the two reference edges. On here, I want to draw, all right. So it will be, I cannot see what I'm drawing. So let's turn on the cross-section geometry on the top side, right there. And this point is at 30 millimeter from the bottom, right? And I have 1 degree of freedom left, which is this point. So let's make this, take this to make them coincident, C on the keyboard. All right. So the sketch is lying right there. You can see. And I can extrude that. So new sketch, I can extrude that, say arbitrarily 30 millimeter, but it will have to be symmetric, and apply close there. Now I can keep this part, delete that part. So take this and delete this one, using Boolean cut. All right, so this is a cut. I want to rotate it, like array it 8 more times. So hit the array button from the draft. Polar array is what we want. I want to make it a 8 unit and reset the point so the center becomes the 0 0 0, and I want to keep it fused and hit OK. As you can see, it has been arrayed, and that's what we want, but we want it later in the process, not right now. Just wanted to show you the progress. So let's go ahead and delete that. I'll do it in a minute. Now I want to work on this slanted surface in the between these two arrayed wedges, and the easiest way to do it is draw another sketch on XY plane without selecting anything. Don't attach it to anything, and in here I want to pull in this edge as the reference. Now I don't want to bring in this edge from the model. I want to do it from the sketch. So right there, I want to make it visible, make this one hidden there. I want to bring in the external geometry from the sketch right there. Now I want to draw this triangle, something like this, right? So go with me on this one. I will explain it later why it is like that. I want to make these two 90 degrees to each other. So N is for the normal. Now you can see it still moves up and down. I want to make this edge radial, so if it extends backward, it will hit the origin. So one way to do it is like select the origin, select the edge, and hit C on the keyboard. So that's what makes it point on edge constraint C, or this button constraint coincident, and that makes it radial, and that's what we want. In this one, it's a fully constrained sketch, so close it up. Now I want to extrude it up again for 55 millimeter. Apply, close. There it is. So we have this wedge now. We have the octagon core. Only if I could cut it this first half. Now we have the wedge. Now we want to cut it in half. So let's do what we did earlier. I want to draw sketch. Well, I'll have to draw a sketch on this face because I'll have to make it a cut perpendicular to this face. So let's draw a sketch on this face. So select that face, draw a sketch, and say plane face attachment yes. In here, I want to bring in this point, and I want to bring in this line that brings in as a point, right? And so the button from the right, second from the right, that's what aligns our view to the cross section. And then I want to draw a triangle, something like this, there. So that is our sketch, and I want to extrude that for say 50, but symmetric there. Now we can keep this part, delete this part, and make a Boolean cut. All right, that was easy. Now what I want to do is I want to bring in the octagon core, so that way you know what we are doing here. So this is the wedge that we built first. This is the second one. This one I want to mirror it based on this edge, this plane. So select that cut and mirror it using this plane as a reference. You can see that select the reference plane changed to face 1, cut 001, and now hit OK. There. So that these two combined will fill up the gap between two of these wedges. I want to put this together, so select these two from here. So you can select it from the tree or select it from the 3D view and put them together as a fusion. So this line is there, the middle line. I would like it to be gone. So select this fusion and come to data tab, and where it says Boolean refine false, make it true. There. So that's refined. All right. Now what I can do is I can take these two wedges, right? and make it another fusion. So this is our repeating unit. Now we can make it an array from draft workbench. Go to polar array and make it 8, right? Reset point to 0 0 0, click to fuse and hit OK. There it is. That is our model, but it's in 2 pieces. Let's hide this base sketch there, and let's take these two now and make them unionized. Right. These two edges are there. Let's see if fusion refining can take them down. It's the sketch that we built. That's what it was showing up. So let's hide that. Alright, my friend, it looks exactly like the model that we started off with, and we used part workbench and draft array to build this model. I hope you enjoyed this process. Thank you for watching. And if you have any question, comment, or suggestion, let me know in the comment section below, and I will address them with happiness. See you later then.